What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scored card reaction for y'all, and you already know what it is. Let's get it. Hey, yo. You gotta do something, my guy.
I feel so uncomfortable.
Like a fusion dance routine or some shit like that to start this with. I gotta make a whole new Tuesday intro. What's going on, GSGang? So on Tuesdays, we got a thing now where the GSQuality DJ Lige is gonna be sliding through and doing some reactions or interviews, whatever it feels like doing with us. And I had a few of these reactions in my back pocket that I haven't tapped into yet. So this is either SGaWD or SGaWD. I'm not sure how to say that. Correct me down in the comments below.
We aren't sure how to say it. It's a team thing. We're both confused.
Yeah. Actually, I put on this. This was actually a request not from the artist. I have no idea who this is. A big producer actually in Nigeria put me on to this. It was like, yo, you got to check this out. I was like, cool, bet. I'm going to put it on the back burner. Like, let's get to it. I'm excited about that. Let's get it. I don't got too much to say. I know nothing about this coming in. I'm like super blind.
You're just going to glaze over the fact that you're connected to big producers.
Stop it. I'm nobody. They come to me for the channel. Stop it.
I mean, it's kind of legit. You might be a little bit of a big deal. I'm sorry if I got to celebrate
you know
my
how much
brother,
I struggle to be humble? I don't need you making this any harder. It's already not my personality to be humble. I'm just really trying. All right, let's get into it. Yeah, I know nothing about this. This is going to be completely blind. I don't know where they're from. I don't know how to say their name. I know nothing about them. So completely blind.
She cute in the thumbnail, though.
Is she? I didn't see. Okay. So one of the things that we can talk about this. So like one of the things that one of the things that I do consciously on this channel is I make a valiant effort to not talk about the looks when dealing with female artists specifically. Like I feel like that's such a man, I'm showing, we don't do this for the guys, so why am I doing that for the females? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, oh, look at dude's six-pack, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, it feels like you're, it's almost like if you do it that way, it's like for the male audience, you're giving 100% of your attention to the art, to the music and stuff like that, and now just because there's a female on screen, you're watering it down. So it was a decision that I made 1,000 videos ago, where I was just gonna be I'm gonna do my best. I'll point out the funny stuff, or if it's an extra in the video or something like that, you know what I mean? I'll say what I gotta say about how I'm feeling, but if it's the artist, if it's the female artist or something like that, that stuff's taking a huge back burner.
Then we have to speak because on the Andy Quarrel video, I was really big on the imagery.
Yeah.
So are we just?
I mean, imagery is way better than just sitting here drooling over somebody and we haven't heard a bar yet. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's what you did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I want to make it about the music. So I tend to maybe a comment here or there or something like that. Like if someone really catches my eye, or if they're just wow, super beautiful, and then keep it moving rather than having that be a focal point.
Of course.
For those watching reaction, this is literally our first Tuesday doing this. So there's gonna be a lot of training on how we operate. But I think that's a dope to get a good behind look behind the scenes of how it's going. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Do me a favor, run the gauntlet, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, little bell notification guy. We about to eat. When Lige is here, we are not doing headphones. Everything is coming out from the speakers. Keep in mind that may affect the audio quality for those of you who are clocking that. All right, let's get into it. And if there's a video, generally I will full screen it. So let's do that.
Pussy boy just tried to tell me how to run my business. I'm the
broken. That's not what I was expecting. All right, look, I'm in. Look, I don't know why I assumed this was gonna be some soulful shit. I think it's because of who requested it. That I was just expecting this to be vocal runs. I just broke this whole desk too, live.
That's how amazing this was. My man's broke his own shit.
Flabbergasted. All right, all right. We know where we're at now. It's cool. We know where we're at. Pull it back. Let's get into it.
pussy boy just tried to tell me how to run my business. I'm the truth, I turn an unbeliever to a witness. Nigga want a pussy, so he being fake consistent. Get that bitch a couple weeks and you gon' catch a slipping. Getting rich to
Ayo! That's what he told me. I thought this was hey yo, God, check this out, King. You're gonna really enjoy the artist. No, he was talking shit. He was like, I know you ain't shit. This is somebody making music about people who ain't shit. I know that this, you're gonna. I see you now, my guy. All right, let's one more time. Bring it back. Now this is just an attack.
Pussy boy just tried to tell me how to run my business. I'm the truth, I turn the unbeliever to a witness. Nigga want a pussy, so he being fake consistent. Hold that bitch a couple weeks and you gon' catch a slipping. Getting with the mission, no intermission. Double up my hustle, take my life without permission. Right, getting rich the mission, no intermission. I think he said he blood, but all the times he snake a dissing. I can't do no wrong to my hoes. You might smell it on me, I don't take it up my nose. Who that lazy nigga? I don't know. Catch me winning.
That's an interesting way of just being like, I only smoke weed. Like that's an interesting way of like,
Yeah.
I feel like that has to be a shot, right? Like she's definitely shading like somebody
Some
that she was
producer.
with. There was somebody she was with where she was like, nah, you guys are doing a little too much nose candy.
Also, let's not skip over the fact that she is very directly coming at fuck niggas, and it's impressive. She's
Musically, I think it's incredible. Like she's carrying the melody fucking incredibly well. Bar for bar, she's talking her shit. Like I like music. I like scumbag R&B type shit for guys. Like you put me on some fucking Weekend type shit, like some old good Weekend shit. But I like the Cardi shit just as much too. You put some Ash Nico on, some Cardi, some like I'm in. Like I'm in. I know I ain't shit. I'm not offended by this. This is just somebody who is aware of her surroundings.
the 23-year-old me is super offended. It's like, how dare you call me out like
We're
that?
old now. We might try to deny because we was still doing fuck shit. That's why. Like if you in the middle of a bid, you can't be like, she right, and like shorty right next to you and shit like that. She's like, ask me in March.
Know that pressure still connected to the dough. Been a hard year. Flip my L into the W. Now it's the God, yeah. SCT, he finna manage the queen. We made the shit exceptional, and he's delivered receipts. One day I pray I bring him joy the way he brought it to me. And all the rest of my team, they asked me, baby, what's your name? I told them, said he's super bitch, a man immaculate beat, and that's why they checking for me. I go where the money goes, so I got checking by 3. Like, who you know this fresh is super golden. Like, who you know her friends gon' keep promoting. Like, all the shit I spit, I wrote it. Like, Sizzle, Chef, it's siren, reggaeton. And like, yeah.
Her music theory is fire. Absolutely fire.
Music theory?
Yeah. So like when you're talking about music theory is broken down into like the melody, right? The harmony, if there's layered vocals or anything like that. The easiest way to explain music theory to someone like from the ground up is, do you ever just hear a song and you know something's off with it? There's just like something is just like, it's like, it's just not there. Like the flow is a little bit off beat, or maybe like, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that where it just doesn't sound good. Music theory is the science behind why things sound good in certain couplets and shit like that and why they don't. Right? So when you listen to her, the way she's like floating on the beat and there's no kind of like the transition from one phase of the song to the next phase of the song is just completely smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like she's hitting every fucking snare just like fucking perfectly, consistently, however it is that she's doing, and nothing sounds rushed or forced. Right? Did you ever hear somebody like try to hurry up a line to get it into a bar?
Yes.
Like
and they fumbled.
But all that is terrible music theory. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
This is somebody who's able to like look at the beat, understand the flow and the melody that she's going for, and then write in a way that makes it like delivered in a way that's not rushed or forced or anything like that. You feel me?
I do feel that.
Like that's like the entire rhythm of it, all that shit, the cadence. Cool. I like her music theory. Like watch, like I'll show you exactly like where it starts pointing out to me. Bring it back.
Checking for me, I go where the money goes, so I got checking by 3. Like,
So for that too, like the way that the syllables mash up play a lot in music theory in the way that it sounds, especially as a battle rapper for me too, right? So like when they have like a multi that's like off by a syllable here and there and shit like that, it just kind of like takes, you hear it every time, and it's like a dagger in my fucking ear. She's floating on this the way she wrote this.
who you know this fresh is super golden. Like, who you know her friends gon' keep promoting. Like,
So that's called like a timer, right? She's doing these lines on a timer. Tech 9 does this a lot, right? We'll put like that, ha, da, 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 ha, like doing shit on a timer, right? That's all music theory. So like the way that she's transitioned into the uhs and stuff like this, like look at how natural this feels. Like it comes at a natural break. It doesn't sound like she's trying to rush into the next Like look at how fucking easy this floats into it.
you know this fresh is super golden. Like, who you know her friends gon' keep promoting. Like, all the shit I spit, I wrote it. Right, Sizzle, Chef, it's siren, reggaeton. And like, yeah, my business. I'm the truth, I turn the unbeliever to a witness. Nigga wanted pussy, so he being fake consistent.
The fact that that's the hook is actually kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Get that bitch a couple weeks and we gon' catch him slipping. Getting rich the mission, no intermission. Double up my hustle, take my life without permission.
See, in these scenarios, I don't know how to do the commentary because they're clearly promoting it, right? Like, this is like one of those scenarios where it's like, is it disrespectful not to be like, yo, this is fun? Like, I haven't come to my conclusion on this.
This is very clearly her celebrating herself.
Right, and I'm with that.
Every aspect, from the imagery to the music. So it's very okay to be like, I like this imagery. It's actually like connected to the song. Her doing her makeup, her being out here, her expressing whatever she wants to express, her showing off, oh, this was a fuck nigga, and I'm done with it. Her being whoever she is. It's cool to enjoy it. It's totally fine to enjoy it.
I like the video. The cinematography. Chef's kiss.
Niggas claiming that they preachers now. Do y'all practice what you preach or do you speak because you need the clout? Heard y'all said I need you reaching now. I don't take no shit from niggas, but y'all niggas do I party down. Niggas corny walk, see my haters flash a smile. Y'all don't know the shit I've been through, don't go judging now. Left my mama house in 2020 for this town. 2 years later, the Suprema, yeah, they love me now. Wow. They trust me well. Say they got us is something, but they copy now. I got emos pending from your favorite rapper now. I got features, I ain't finna clip for rappers now. Yeah. Niggas try to press me, bitch, I'm humble. I ain't weak. And get to solving on the streets. Pussy boy.
Soft fade. I like the soft fade at the end. And then just a hard stop. Could have been better on the fade out right there. Alright, this is going to be an interesting one. Let's break it down. Let's see how we really felt about it. Let's get smoked.
Okay, alright. Before we go in, before we do anything,
Alright.
I don't think we should.
You don't think we should score it?
I don't think we should score it.
Why?
How did you say?
I know what you're going to say.
Pussy boy just...
Yeah, the first line is kind of like attacking me. I get it. Here's why I still score songs that I am not the target audience for. Very clearly didn't have me in mind when she was in the booth creating this, right? Mm-hmm. I do that specifically for that reason, right? Because that's still valuable to an artist to know how people who you necessarily weren't writing it for are perceiving your music and what your span and what your reach is for is not. It might not, like, I'm sure if I'm like, this is trash, I don't like that, like, it's not gonna, like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, cool, like, you're not, this is for the chicks, blah, 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 you know what I mean? Like, this wasn't for you. Of course you're not gonna like it. But the things that I take away from it that I may like or dislike is insightful if she decides to expand that, the bass and so on and so forth, right? Same shit with, like, well, I do a lot of international music and shit like that, right? There's a lot of stuff that's just not gonna get understood by somebody looking from the outside. That's valuable information to have. Even if I completely get something wrong and it's over my head, the fact that somebody from the outside who wasn't target audience couldn't pick up on that, that is valuable information to an artist to have. Like, that's the point of the scorecard, is to keep things honest like that. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
And I try to do it like this is the reason, like, we have this set up this way. So, like, look, right off the bat, brand new. I've never heard this person, knew nothing about this, so there's no like preconceived bias going into it. A lot of times, as we become a fan of somebody, you're starting on a 10 because you're already excited, right? Like, this started at a 0. I thought this was going to be like a church joint, soulful shit. I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? Like, I thought she was going to be doing vocal runs and shit like that. Like, nah, she's like, you don't get these bars. Then the same thing, we moved down to target audience, right? So, like, am I being spoken to in this song? Was I thought about during the creation of this song? Is this something that I'm expected to like or dislike? Like, that's important to know. So, by me putting, no, I'm not the target audience, I am acknowledging that, and it's understood that the scores that come after this are through the eyes of somebody who this was not written for. 'Tis the importance of the top of the scorecard. Let's go. Proper setting for this. This is club music to me. This is what I assume all club music sounds like. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm old and washed. I don't be out there. So if y'all listening to something else, you gotta let me know.
Man, this is not only club music, but this is daily affirmation music for some women.
Just wake up.
Just wake up.
I used to get...
boy just trying to
This is that wake up. This is that wake up music.
I mean, like, honestly, this is affirmations. This is like, you are the shit. Ain't nobody gonna take away from your shit. Take your life into your own hands and keep it the fuck moving. This is daily affirmations. This is like,
I'm not arguing. Like, I'm with you.
If I could find this in a so not explicit version, I'd have my 11-year-old bumping this. Like, this is...
I wasn't sure where you were going with that. We're going to keep moving with that. We're not bringing kids into this music. Hold up. There's maybe the last jaunt. Maybe the jazz jaunt we did. Bars or lyrics, out of 25, what do you give it? And again, so like category judged as, for me, this is being judged as a club song. Like, you're not holding this up to cypher verses and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, for the music that it is, this is more radio club type shit. Out of 25, what would you give it?
16.
16. I was going 22. So we are on very, very different end of the spectrum here. Why'd you give it a 16?
Bars or lyrics? I don't feel as though it had complicated lyrics or bars.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't think a club song would do well with complicated lyrics or bars. That's why we talk about, like, what is the proper setting, what is the category being judged as.
Oh, so the criteria and the setting have a lot to do with each other. Okay.
Exactly, right? So, like, if she was coming in with, like, quadruple layered entendres that you're not going to get to the fifth listen, and, but, like, I don't know that her target audience, who this was for, is looking for that. What is, like, who is she speaking to? What are the people that she's speaking to looking to get from that track? Did she accomplish that with the words that she chose?
With the bars and lyrics.
You feel me? Like, that's how I look at it. Not only that, but like that whole thing that she set up, that whole hook is bars. Like, I don't care what no one says. Like, he just being consistent because he's trying to get, like, that's some real shit. Like, the way she did it, not only did it float like super, super easily off her fucking tongue, but it hit dog hollers. She went through it. We both stopped and was like yelling at it. Like, clearly she said something that wasn't wrong.
But at the same time, that was the first 8 bars.
Right.
There were 80 more.
Okay. So are you sticking with a 16, you said?
No, because understanding, like, the setting is important. I'd bump it up to 19, 20.
I'll be okay. I'll beat you at a 20.
Okay.
I'll meet you at a 20 with that. All right, delivery vocals. Same thing, at a 25.
25.
25 out of 25.
I heard her so clearly. And I want to revisit that sound quality and mixing, but I heard her enunciate everything. The way she was floating on the track was amazing. It was absolutely golden. Like, the way she came in, I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of everything she brought to that track, vocally.
I would give this a 22 out of 25. So you said 25, I said 22. It'd be like 23.5?
Yeah.
Alright, so the reason I give this 23 instead of a 25 is the music theory and the way that she delivered this for me was clear. Like you said, crystal. I was enjoying the music theory the entire time. There wasn't anything to compare this to other 25 out of 25s. She didn't do anything miraculous, right? Like, there was no section of the song that, like, she really, like, took off on. There was a different flow, or there was a different cadence that was unique, or stood this out from the next 3 club tracks that we're going to listen to that they didn't do. You know what I mean? Like, there's a million examples that I could give, but, like, there wasn't anything for me like that. Like, the same way you look for lyrics, like you're looking for the haymaker, there wasn't a haymaker equivalent for me on the delivery. Like, a certain part that's going to be stuck in my head forever, or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, there is.
No, for me.
Oh, okay.
This is for me. That's the whole point of having a personalized scorecard.
Okay.
Right? So that's why I was saying 22. So 23.5 is a good compromise?
Yeah.
Beat selection for what it was. What do you think? Out of 15.
15? 13.
I'll give this a 15 out of 15. We'll meet in the middle of 14. There's nothing. When I hear this beat without her, I would still assume this was a club beat coming from a female perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the beat selection for this wasn't like a gospel song, and then she coming in like, these pussy fellas get me up my... Sound quality of mixing. You said you wanted to talk about it. Out of 15, what do you give it?
No, I just want to revisit because, like, I heard her so well, and that's not always just the artist. That's the fucking producer and engineer and everybody behind it. That's a team effort.
Facts.
That fucking sound mixing quality was perfect.
15 out of 15?
15.
Same. Nothing I would change about it. Effectiveness out of 10, right?
10.
1 to 10. How likely are you to tap back in and look for more music from her out of 10?
10, because I want to hear her go in. Like, I want to hear where she delivers.
Give me the 6-minute freestyle.
Yes.
Just give me no hooks.
Yes.
No, like, let me hear what you really cooking. I'll give it. I was thinking like an 8. I'll give it a 9. 9 in the middle.
9 of them.
9's a good one. Enjoyability out of 10.
It hurt a little bit, but I'm still fucking with it. I'll give it an 8.
I was giving it a 9, so we'll do 8.5. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I like this shit. Like, I have an entire fucking like guilty pleasure shit. Like, you know, guilty pleasure playlist that I have. You know what I'm saying? That's where my fucking Get Up 10 and fucking Daisy and shit like that all come in. 90. That's a high score. 90 out of 100. That's our score. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know down in the comments below. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We will catch y'all on the next one. Let's go. I'm about to play that back. Hold up.